The United South and Eastern Tribes Tribal Infrastructure Development Program proudly presents an overview of the Inflation Reduction Act. On August 16, 2022, President Biden signed into law H.R. 5376, the Inflation Reduction Act, IRA. This allowed for the allocation of $400 billion in spending to support clean energy, climate mitigation and resilience, agriculture, and conservation-related funding programs. This is the largest investment of its kind to date in the history of the United States. Although just $690 million of this spending has been set aside exclusively for tribal nations, we are eligible to access billions more in formula funding, grants, tax credits, and loan guarantees. However, it is critically important that tribal nations have awareness and access to these resources, and that our interests are represented as funding and reporting mechanisms are implemented. Let's go over set-aside funding for tribal nations. Approximately 0.16% of funding under this law, or $690 million, is reserved just for tribal nations. More than half of it is administered by the Department of Interior and includes $235 million for tribal climate resilience, including fish hatchery operations and maintenance, $150 million for tribal home electrification to increase the number of tribal homes with zero-emission electricity, and $12.5 million for tribal emergency drought relief. The Department of Energy is responsible for administering the remaining allocated funds, and this includes $225 million for the development of tribal high-efficiency electric home rebate programs. This program provides rebates that discount the price of energy-saving retrofits in single-family and multifamily housing units. With investment into energy saving, money will come back to you directly in the form of savings and direct payment. Qualified electrification projects include heat pump HVAC systems, heat pump water heaters, electric stoves and cooktops, heat pump clothes dryers, and conducting modifications, such as upgrading circuit panels, insulation, air sealing, ventilation, and wiring. Project cost will cover both purchase and installation costs. 100% of electrification project costs are covered for low-income households, and 50% of costs for moderate-income households. There is a $75 million investment in the Department of Energy's Tribal Energy Financing Program, formerly the Tribal Energy Loan Guarantee Program. This initiative supports tribal investment in energy-related projects by providing up to $20 billion in authority for direct loans and loan guarantees to federally recognized tribal nations and our tribal energy development organizations. Loans and loan guarantees apply for projects that include solar, wind farms, microgrids and virtual power plants, electric vehicle battery charging stations, energy resource recycling, and more. Application windows for programs are specific to each dedicated program area. USET's Tribal Infrastructure Development Program is committed to alerting tribal entities and partners to opportunities as they evolve. There are also opportunities for tax credits that have been made available through provisions in the IRA. The U.S. Department of Treasury is responsible for implementing these elements of the law, including tax incentives that spur investment in clean energy, translating to energy independence possibilities for sovereign tribal nations. Consultation has been conducted with tribal nations and is ongoing as progress is made in increasing awareness as to what is available to apply for and how to apply. Tax credits that will be impactful include elective pay or direct pay, which presents an opportunity that has never been afforded to tribal nations or other tax-exempt entities. A tribal nation that wants to access this credit will identify a qualifying project, such as improving energy efficiency in tribal homes, and place it into service. Complete the project, complete the pre-filing process with the IRS, file a tax return by the due date, and then receive a payment after the return is processed. In addition, tribal nations are eligible to apply for the Low-Income Communities Bonus Credit Program. The aim of this specific provision is to increase the amount of energy investment tax credits for clean energy modifications in low-income households as part of an affordable housing development plan. The goal is to increase access to clean energy in low-income communities, encourage new market participants, and benefit individuals and communities that have experienced adverse health or environmental effects or have traditionally lacked economic opportunities. Ultimately, a greater number of tribal nations will have the opportunity to engage in nation rebuilding, infrastructure deployment, and resilience through increased access to federal funding under recent infrastructure laws. USAT's Tribal Infrastructure Development Program is committed to increasing awareness and understanding of federal infrastructure deployment opportunities and challenges, and supporting all federally recognized tribal nations in accessing information and resources pertinent to the continued development of our communities. We are working to ensure that Indian Country benefits as much as possible from these newly available funds, while at the same time keeping our interest at the forefront as implementation proceeds. For more information, please visit our website and be sure to sign up for our email list to receive the latest updates and materials. Please reach out if there are ways that the USAT Tribal Infrastructure Development Program can support your work in strengthening your nation.